Beautiful souls. Thank you again for being here. You've picked pile number 3, which is the Feminine Wisdom Oracle with the green fluorite crystal. So take what resonates with you. Please leave the rest. This is a collective reading, pile number 3. And again, if it doesn't resonate with you at all, sorry, too many spirit. If it doesn't resonate with you at all, please try another pile. Or sometimes if the reading doesn't resonate with you at first, as I continue going on, it may resonate with you. Okay, Spirit, what messages do you have for pile number 3? What messages do you have for pile number 3? Please speak to us through these cards. Oh, okay, too many, but one fell distant from all the rest, so I'll take that one. Harmony, peace, and balance. Beautiful. Two more, please, Spirit. Two more from this deck. Two more, please. Too many, Spirit. Too many. Two more, please. Two more, please. Sorry, I just have to wait for the card to fall out. Two more, please, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Two more. Okay, please. Oh, three. Okay, three wanted to fall out. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, we've got wisdom. Wow, that's a beautiful card. Wisdom. So harmony, wisdom. Solitude, withdrawal from society, and confidence. Faith to rely on yourself. I think we can see all of them. Okay. I think I'm going to lift these up a bit. There we go. All right. The images on these cards are just so beautiful. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. Spirit, please clarify harmony. Queen of Pentacles immediately came out. Yes. Okay, one more clarifier. Five of Wands. Okay. Please clarify wisdom. Please clarify wisdom. Too many, Spirit? Too many? Please clarify wisdom. Okay, a bunch fell out, but I'll take one that fell separately. Ten of Pentacles. Spirit really wants to speak with you. Okay, that's all I have to say. One more, please. One more clarification for wisdom. Page of Cups. Okay. I'm starting to get some messages in already, but I'll finish with the clarifiers first. Solitude. Five of Cups. Ace of Wands. And the Moon. Okay. Confidence. Confidence, please. The Knight of Wands. One more, please, Spirit. And the Tower. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. And on the bottom of the deck, I looked at it, so I have to take it. I don't always look at the bottom, but I did look at it, so I have to take it, is the Four of Cups. Okay. All right. Let's move these down. All right, pile number 3. Let's start off over here with harmony. This card here, the 5 of Wands, is the opposite of harmony. Um, you know, this is about competition, okay? People fighting to get up to the top. Like someone's even hurting themselves and falling here. I feel like you were in some kind of environment. I'm just going to put it down for a minute. I feel like you were in some kind of really competitive environment. Um, oh, okay, I was not expecting that. Um, like this could even be within the family, like a parent or a sibling or cousins or aunties, uncles, um, who were competitive with you for some reason. Um, like you may have been very beautiful, like you're physically, like what this world views as physically beautiful, and others were kind of jealous of that, okay? And it could have even been your own mother, um, which is very surprising to me, but I have to say what's given to me. If that's not your story, it could be just being at work and or at school and just how um, competitive it is. Okay, I'm being given the example. This reading is not about me, but I'm giving the example, so I need to share it with you. Um, when I went to law school, for instance, um, there were people like there would be like summaries of cases going around for everyone because the cases the decisions could get quite long, so students would try to summarize the cases and then share it with others. But there were some people who were so competitive that they actually shared false summaries, like they changed the facts and even the decision. So if a student, was relying on that, they would fail their exams because your entire grade was basically usually relying upon one exam. Okay, not even two, not even a midterm and like one exam at the end of the year or the end of the semester. And that's how competitive they were. So this is just an example, Um, it could be at work, at school, um, even like I'm getting with other mothers, on parent committees or the other mothers at your children's school. If you have children and it's not the fur babies, maybe it's even people who have pets, at the dog park, I don't know. But there's competition here, okay? And at some point, you decided to protect your peace. You didn't want to be involved with this. You want harmony, um, peace, balance, okay? You don't want to be a part of this. Um, it just like you despise it. You just want no part of it, okay? Look at the Queen of Pentacles here. So abundant and so at peace, in nature, um, which tells me I'm feeling like, and here with the solitude card, you seek a lot of solitude, okay? You may be an introvert, um, and introverts, it doesn't mean that they don't like to socialize. It just, like, you could be an introvert. You may be like, I'm an introvert, and people consider me to have a very bubbly personality. I'm very social, but it's exhausting to me. And uh, you need your time to yourself, just you, okay? No children, you know, no people around. Like your alone time is very important to you. And I feel like to protect your peace, you really, um, spend a lot of time on your own, maybe in nature, like rejuvenating your energy if you absolutely have to be in this energy. Okay, you don't want any part of it, but sometimes you're forced to, to be in it for whatever reason. Um, you're very into protecting your peace. Okay, you may have left the situation, whether it was a work environment, maybe you no longer speak with certain family members or try to distance yourself as much as possible. Um, you know, just to get the answers within yourself, because when you're surrounded by so many people, sometimes it's hard to hear your own inner voice. Um, because we're bombarded, bombarded with the news, with, all the scrolling on the phones these days, all the TV shows, the news, like people, our cell phones. It's interesting because technology is supposed to make our lives easier, but somehow our lives have become more stressful. I don't know how this has happened, but anyway. Um, yeah, so your alone time is very, very important to you, and you protect that. Um, and in this alone time, you've gained great wisdom, okay? Great, great wisdom. It's a time when you dream, okay? Page of Cups, very kind of uh, dreamy kind of energy. Look, you believe in certain things like when pigs fly, that pigs will fly, you connect with your higher self, okay, when you're alone here in your solitude. Things feel very at peace, and you feel very confident in yourself, that your dreams can come true, no matter, if other people think they're silly, or other people think, hey, you're beautiful enough to be a model. Why don't you model? But you're not into that. You're more than your physical appearance. Um, you're so much deeper than that. Um, but it's all that people see. Or, it could even, um, like I talked about here about the example of being very beautiful physically, what our world right now thinks is beautiful. But you could also be very overweight, and, um, the world doesn't see that as beautiful. The world doesn't see that as healthy. At one time, it was people were fond of that and attracted to it, but not anymore. And um, you know, but you're so much more than what you are physically. You're so much more than what you do for a job, for a living, okay? And you're even more than just a parent, okay? Um, there's so much more to you, and you wish that the world could see this. you know you may be financially very well off with the Queen of Pentacles here, have a very happy family life too with the Ten of Pentacles here, and people are jealous of you, and they only see that. But I'm getting the feeling like you wish they could see more, that they could see deeper. It's like the moon here. Um, there's something that's not being seen. You don't feel like you're really being seen. This is a really interesting reading. I wasn't expecting it to go this way. Um, you want to be seen for who you really are. And oh my gosh, I almost feel like crying. Okay, I need to ground myself. Excuse me. Yeah. Here with the um, uh, Ace of Wands here, I have the feeling this is about passion and a passionate new beginning. You know, it's like you wish that you could just have a new beginning where people don't know you and you could start over again. Okay? Um, you wish people, I don't know why, I'm being really attracted and I'm hearing brain here. You wish people could see your intelligence, like maybe they're only looking at your body, whether it's considered beautiful or whether it, not considered. Like there's so many judgments, um, like you wish they could see more. Okay. And I can't even remember if I've spoken about this before. If I've spoken about this yet, but right now I'm reading it as it's like you feel left out. You feel left out. Like you're at almost like an unfair advantage. And you wish people could see you for who you truly, truly are. Like, look at all the passion inside of you. You're such a passionate person. The Knight of Wands, this is fast moving energy. You're such a beautiful, passionate person. And you're really unhappy with, certain relationships in your life right now. And here's the Tower. It's like you feel like you're going to break. It's like you are under so much pressure. Like I'm getting one of those pressure cookers. You're under so much pressure. Like you just don't want this anymore. You just want to follow your passions. Okay? Protect your peace. And you're a confident person. So where is this reading going, Spirit? What advice do you have for pile number 3? Let me get another deck out here. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared for this. I'm going to get the John Holland deck here, the Psychic Tarot, because it's a very practical deck. What advice, Spirit, do you have for pile number 3? What advice do you have for pile number 3? Please speak to us through these cards. Financial and material changes. Okay. 2 more, please, Spirit. Standing your ground. I see. Okay. 1 more, please, Spirit. Spirit. 1 more. Emotional withdrawal, and Spirit gave us an extra one. Movement, choices, and decisions. Okay, yes, this is very practical advice. That's why I chose this deck. I'm glad I had it out. Okay. So remember when I was saying that you may very well still be in these types of relationships? You need to start expressing yourself and standing your ground. Standing your ground, okay? And emotionally withdrawing. Even if it means that there's going to be some financial, like negative financial consequences for you, movement is needed, choices and decisions. If you do not get out of these situations, a Tower moment's going to happen, okay? That's why that card's here on the table. You're at a breaking point. So Either you're going to instigate the tower moment because you've had enough, or spirit's going to do it for you. Okay? So what I mean by that, let me give you some practical examples. These are just examples. Let's say you're in a marriage and your partner is kind of just values you for your looks. You're kind of like a trophy wife, okay? But you want them to see you for something else, that you want them to see your brains. I'm not going to move all the cards. I talked about it before. Your intelligence. Like maybe they run their own business and you want to join the business because now the kids are older and you feel that you can, or you want to go out and work, but they don't want you to, okay? You want to follow certain passions and they do not want you to. They just want you to be a certain kind of wife, okay? Trophy wife, at home maybe, just with the kids. Um, they just want you to be a certain way, but you're so much more than that, okay? So you're going to have, and you may love this person, but you have to emotionally withdraw. Stand your ground, tell them what you want, and if it's not going to happen, if they're not going to support you, then this may not be the right person for you. Even if it means that, you're not going to have as much of an income as you have had, okay? You may have to downsize, not live as luxurious a life as you have in the past, And I use trophy wife example, but you could also be, not a trophy wife, but a wife, and, you've gained some pounds and your partner's always on you about the weight that you've gained, letting you know that you're not sexy anymore or whatever it may be, or putting you down for the weight. Same thing, same scenario. It could be an employer who, um, maybe they've got you stuck in the reception area, okay, because you're so, you know, good at what you do, or maybe even pretty to look at, okay, not hard on the eyes. And, or a manager who sees your light and is threatened by you, so they're determined to keep you in a certain position. Because they're afraid that you might, overtake their position eventually if they were to give you a promotion. Someone's trying to keep you in a certain box of what they think you are and what you should be. And you are so much more than that. Um, and you know it. You know it. When you're alone, and you have time to think to yourself, and there's harmony for you, you have confidence, you know it. But then when you're around these other people, whoever they may be, friends, partner, intimate partner, romantic partner, platonic relationships, employer, you know, you need to express more strongly what your needs are and what direction you want to go in. And if they're not on board, you may need to start making plans, um, you know, uh, and I cannot tell you to leave a relationship, to leave a job, okay? I don't know your specific situation, but you need to make some kind of plan on how to move forward. Okay, there's movement, choices, and decisions to make. Here, there's decisions about money in this window, or maybe these are doors. I don't know. Um, uh, Rings symbolize commitment. Um, I'm not sure what this symbolizes. The plant here. I'm not sure. But here with the skies, it reminds me of spirit. It could be that your partner is extremely religious. Like, let's say that they're a Catholic, but you're here listening to these tarot and oracle card readings, and they think it's evil, okay? Nothing against Catholics at all. I was raised Catholic, okay? Um, Nothing against Catholics or any religion, okay? But, they may just have a different belief system than you. Maybe they believe that you're only meant to stay home and raise the kids. But you want more, okay? You want to follow your passions. Um, so, and you may really love this person, but you may have to emotionally withdraw and stand your ground in whatever way feels right to you and make the decisions you need to make to follow your passions in whatever way, okay, you feel you need to move forward. Um, because I really believe if you don't, um, there's going to be a tower moment. Either you initiate it or Spirit's going to initiate it. And you may have some fears around, your security, your stability, your finances. But sometimes you just have to move forth and move through your fears, and see it through, um, and figure out what's most important to you. Okay, pile number 3, I'm sorry, that was a bit of a heavy reading. Actually, all 3 readings were pretty heavy. I was not expecting that today. I thought because it's Mother's Day they would be quite light. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day. I'm wishing you all the very best on your journey, and I'm sending you so much love. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the blessing. Let's see what blessing Spirit has for you. Thank you, Spirit, for reminding me. I'm finishing these readings off with a blessing. Okay, Spirit, what blessing do you have for the mothers, the moms, for pile number 3? What blessing do you have? A blessing on your sleep and a blessing on your home. Oh, that is so, so beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, so you might be losing sleep over all of this, okay? You might be losing sleep, and Spirit's blessing you, blessing your sleep, because a good night's sleep is really needed in order for you to make the decisions that you need to make. And I don't remember if I mentioned it, but I really recommend some healing around this, because you may need the healing first before you're ready to finally make a decision, so you can make an empowered decision, not a decision out of fear or anxiety. And getting sleep is very important. So Spirit is blessing your sleep, and also Spirit is blessing your home, okay? Um, so with the home, here I can see like there appears to be a very happy home life, okay? And to the point that some people are even jealous about it. But maybe it's not quite as happy as it's supposed to be, if this has to do with a personal partner or even family, maybe it's not quite as happy and beautiful as it looks, and Spirit is blessing your home, okay? And helping you get through this if it is related to your home. Okay, thank you again, pile number 3. Happy Mother's Day. I'm wishing you all the very best. Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this reading, please be sure to show this channel some love. Take good care. Enjoy your Mother's Day.